Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. In the last few hours, a wave of whispers has been rolling through Philadelphia, stirring the fanbase into a frenzy and dixando muita gente sem saber o que pensar about the atmosphere inside the Eagles locker room. Word on the street is that Jalen Hurts, usually the calm, cool, reserved leader of this franchise, let some harsh words slip about head coach Nick Sirianni behind closed doors. And the murmurs are growing louder, painting a picture of a quarterback who has reached a boiling point. It's the kind of situation that fans don't expect from a team known for preaching unity and discipline, but that's exactly why this rumor is exploding across social media. People are replaying interviews, rewatching press conferences, trying to catch any micro-expression that gives away tension. And it's feeding the narrative that something big is brewing inside the Eagles organization. Some insiders claim that the frustration has been building for months, with Hurts feeling increasingly boxed in by the coaching decisions, the play calling, and the overall direction of the team. They say that the quarterback, who's always been diplomatic, finally expressed his dissatisfaction in a tone much stronger than usual, and as soon as those supposed comments leaked, the ripple effect hit the coaching staff and players in a way no one saw coming. The idea of Hurts criticizing Sirianni so directly challenges the very identity the Eagles have tried to maintain, that of a tight-knit group moving with one collective purpose. Now fans are left speculating whether this disagreement is just a temporary flare-up, or a true sign of deeper misalignment that could reshape the franchise's future. What makes this rumor even stronger is how quickly it gained traction among former players and analysts who didn't deny the possibility of internal tension. They started dropping hints, saying they had felt something off during recent press interactions, feeding even more oxygen to the firestorm. Everyone remembers the respectful, composed side of Hurts, so the thought of him openly complaining about Sirianni hits differently. This isn't the league's typical star coach spat. It's a storyline involving a quarterback known for his laser-focused mindset, his calm leadership style, and his reputation for staying above drama. When a player like that is rumored to have snapped, people listen, because it suggests that whatever is happening behind the scenes is anything but minor. And if the players around him sense that the trust between QB and coach is wavering, it could shake the very foundation of the locker room. Inside the fanbase, the reactions have been a mix of shock, frustration, and curiosity. Some fans are fully convinced there's truth to the rumor, pointing to subtle sideline interactions where Hurts appeared distant or disconnected from Sirianni. Others call it pure exaggeration, a media-fueled attempt to stir up chaos where none exists. But regardless of which side people fall on, one thing is clear: this rumor has taken on a life of its own. And because it involves two of the biggest figures in Philadelphia sports right now, it's hard for anyone to ignore. Even neutral observers are tuning in, trying to understand how a team that once projected so much stability now finds itself at the center of a storm that seems to grow with each passing hour. Some analysts say the pressure surrounding the organization may finally be catching up with everyone, creating cracks in places fans don't normally see. When expectations are sky high, every misstep gets magnified, every questionable decision gets replayed, every sideline exchange becomes a potential sign of resentment. And in a league that thrives on narrative, this one is simply too juicy to disappear overnight. The whispers about Hurts and Sirianni aren't just about one heated moment. They're about the perception that the chemistry between coach and quarterback has been shifting. Whether that shift is temporary or permanent is the mystery everyone is trying to decode. And so the story keeps snowballing, gaining new layers with each retelling. Some insiders claim the front office is already monitoring the situation, worried that the tension could escalate if not addressed quickly. Others insist that both Hurts and Sirianni are aware of the noise and trying to handle it behind closed doors. But until one of them speaks up publicly, the rumor mill will continue spinning, feeding off every small gesture, every vague comment, every hint of friction. And right now, Philadelphia feels like a city holding its breath, waiting to see whether this internal storm will calm down or blow up into something much bigger. The second wave of this rumor has taken on an even more dramatic tone, with new whispers suggesting that the relationship between Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni has been strained longer than people realize. Some sources claim that behind the scenes, Hurts has grown tired of what he views as inconsistent leadership, feeling that Sirianni's messaging doesn't always match the team's execution. Fans, analysts, and insiders are all dissecting the smallest clues, like body language during team meetings or cryptic remarks dropped in passing. Whether the story is exaggerated or not, the rumor has become a living creature, evolving as more voices add their own details. And in a city like Philadelphia, where passion burns bright and expectations soar even higher, the idea of a fracture at the top sends shockwaves through every corner of the fanbase. There are even rumors claiming that certain veterans within the locker room have noticed the tension and are quietly choosing sides, though no one knows how much of that is fact or fiction. What people do know is that this is the kind of situation that can snowball into something much bigger if left unchecked. The Eagles have always prided themselves on culture, on unity, on the all-for-one mentality that has defined their identity in recent years. So the idea of that unity cracking because of a rift between quarterback and coach sends a chill through the community. It's not just about winning or losing. It's about the sense of stability and direction that fans believe their team should have. And when rumors touch on leadership, people listen more closely as the story continues spreading. Fans have been replaying old interviews, trying to connect dots that may not even exist. Clips of Hurts answering questions with shorter sentences, or Sirianni looking slightly uncomfortable, are now being treated like evidence in a detective case. Even social media has turned into a battlefield, with supporters arguing late into the night about who might be at fault, if anyone is at fault at all. Some say Hurts has every right to be frustrated. Others insist that Sirianni has done nothing but support his quarterback. But rumors don't care about logic. They thrive on emotion, on intrigue, on the suspense of the unknown. And that's exactly what's keeping this story alive. Meanwhile, sports commentators are subtly fueling the fire by suggesting that Philadelphia might be entering a critical crossroads. They hint that this rumored disagreement, whether real or exaggerated, could influence future decisions about the team's direction. And when big names on TV even ask the question, the rumor gains legitimacy in the eyes of many fans. Suddenly, what may have started as a small whisper becomes a full-blown narrative, the kind that overshadows game plans and shifts the focus onto internal drama rather than on-field performance. And for a team trying to maintain momentum, that shift in attention is the last thing they need. In the middle of all this chaos, some people close to the team are trying to calm the situation, suggesting that even if Hurts expressed frustration, it might simply be the natural pressure of high-level competition. It happens. Players vent. Coaches push. Sometimes harsh words are exchanged. Emotions get intense, and then everyone moves on. But because this involves two of the most important figures in the organization, the natural ups and downs are being magnified into something much bigger. And until either Hurts or Sirianni addresses the matter directly, the speculation will continue to fill the information vacuum, growing louder by the hour. At this point, the entire city is waiting for clarity. Will the rumor fade away as just another chapter in the high-pressure world of professional sports? Or is this truly a sign of deeper turbulence that could reshape the way fans view the team's future? For now, the uncertainty is part of the drama, and Philadelphia is buzzing with anticipation. The Eagles have weathered storms before, but this one feels different. It feels personal. It feels unexpected. And above all, it feels like the calm that comes right before something big reveals itself one way or another. The second part of this unfolding whisper storm has taken on an even stranger tone, as new details continue bubbling up from people who swear they have connections close to the locker room. According to these murmurs, the tension between Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni didn't just appear out of nowhere. It has been simmering quietly, like a pot nobody bothered to check until it finally started spilling over. Some say that Hurts has felt increasingly frustrated with the way the offense has been structured, hinting that he believes the coaching isn't fully tapping into his strengths. Others suggest that Sirianni has been pushing back, wanting tighter control over the system. And as these conflicting approaches allegedly collide, the atmosphere behind the scenes becomes cloudy, leaving everyone wondering if the quarterback and the coach are drifting out of sync. At the worst possible time, fans are now digging through old press conferences, looking for subtle clues that might reveal something that was hidden in plain sight. A raised eyebrow here, a clipped answer there, a long pause that suddenly feels meaningful when viewed through the lens of fresh rumors. It's wild how quickly things can shift. What once looked like normal professional interactions are now being reinterpreted as early warning signs of a deeper disconnect. People are even analyzing past sound bites, comparing tones, rhythms, and expressions like amateur detectives trying to uncover the ultimate truth. And because neither Hurts nor Sirianni has stepped forward to shut down the narrative, every detail, real or imagined, keeps feeding the public curiosity, making the storyline bigger and more dramatic with each passing moment inside the city. The conversation has taken over everything, from neighborhood barbershops to radio call-ins. From late-night YouTube breakdowns to endless debate threads on social media, the rumor has become the centerpiece of Philly sports talk. Some fans defend Hurts passionately, arguing that every quarterback eventually reaches a point where he demands more say in the direction of the offense. Others insist Sirianni has earned enough credibility to guide the team however he sees fit. But in the middle of all this back and forth, the real concern is growing louder. If this tension is real, even partially real, what does it mean for the future? Because when the relationship between a coach and his franchise quarterback becomes shaky, everything around the team vibrates with uncertainty, and in a city as passionate and intense as Philadelphia, that uncertainty spreads fast. Analysts have begun framing the situation as a potential crossroads moment, the kind that could push the team in one direction or another. Some say this could be just a temporary emotional spike, a natural clash between two strong personalities striving for excellence under immense pressure. Others fear it's a sign of a fundamental mismatch in philosophy that can only be patched over for so long before something has to give. And because the rumor has now stretched far beyond a single comment or heated moment, people are starting to wonder if this tension has been affecting the team subtly for longer than anyone realized. The tiniest details, an avoided handshake, a distant sideline interaction, a lack of eye contact are suddenly being recast as potential fuel for the narrative. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Even former players are tiptoeing around the subject, adding small hints without saying anything outright. They talk about how these things happen and how leaders sometimes clash. Comments that only amplify the curiosity instead of calming it. It feels as if everyone knows more than they're saying, yet no one is willing to be the one who lights the final match. And that's exactly why the whispers keep spreading, because the silence from those directly involved creates a vacuum that rumor-hungry fans and media personalities are more than willing to fill. The absence of certainty becomes the spark that keeps the entire story alive, evolving, mutating, becoming something bigger than anyone originally anticipated. By now, the situation has reached a point where everyone is waiting for the next twist, the next leaked detail, the next cryptic quote that might confirm or debunk the whispers swirling through the city. Philadelphia is on edge, watching everything with sharp eyes, analyzing every expression from Hurts and Sirianni like seasoned investigators. The air feels heavy, suspenseful, almost cinematic, as if the storyline is building toward a reveal that could change the tone around the entire franchise. Whether the rumor ends up being overblown drama or a genuine fracture, it has already done something powerful. It has made the entire city pause, listen, and wonder what is really happening behind the scenes. And until someone steps forward to bring clarity, the storm will keep circling, growing, and feeding the imaginations of everyone watching. By the time this rumor reached its final stage, it wasn't even about whether Jalen Phillips would sign with the Eagles or not. It was about how this storyline captured imaginations in a way few off-season whispers ever do. Fans were invested emotionally and creatively, building dream scenarios and future narratives around a possibility that felt both bold and perfectly aligned with the Eagles' identity. The rumor became a symbol of change, of aspiration, of that hunger every fan base feels when they sense their team might be gearing up for something huge. Whether it becomes reality or fades into the fog of what could have been, it has already carved its place in the hearts and minds of fans who love the thrill of anticipation just as much as the game itself. And for now, that thrill continues to echo, reminding everyone why these moments, these rumors, these whispers, these shared dreams are such an unforgettable part of the sports world. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.